going on, all you awesome people out there in garden land? So we're at the garden today and we got a bunch of stuff to plant. It's herbs and bean day. So you guys want to see what we're doing? Let's check. So we're planting kale. That's dwarf curly kale. We got some dill. This dill was actually, if you guys have been watching, this is the dill that I had in the greenhouse that we chopped off and we dehydrated. There's the Swiss chard. We've been eating that. And then in here we have more dill and some rosemary. And then in here we have Thai basil, Genovese basil, flat leaf, and curly parsley. And then I've got a whole bag of seeds in my pocket, but we'll get to that after. So let's get to planting. I'm just gonna stick the kale right here at the end, and we're just gonna kind of zigzag pattern it. And they're in nice big pots, so we're just gonna dig a hole, slap them in the ground. Easy peasy. So just like that, we're just going to work our way down with the kale and move on to what's next. Lots of things to do. Next we're planting dill. So they're in pretty big pots. So I just kind of dug a trench and we're just going to slap those in. Like that, easy peasy. Oh, sorry, I'm in the holy sun. There we go, just like that. So there we go. We got the big dill plants in, and 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 smaller dill plants in. Next, we're going to plant some rhubarb Swiss chard. This stuff is absolutely gorgeous. So we're just knocking everything out today, guys. So we've got our Swiss chard in the ground. Next, we are doing, sorry for the shadow, it's hard here. So we're doing flat leaf and, sorry, that's curly parsley. And that's flat leaf. Get out of the way. So that's what we're doing next. We're just gonna fill this whole bed with herbs until we run out of space. And then whatever we have left, we'll plant other stuff in it. So we're gonna plant the parsley. This bed is about 20 inches or so across. So we're gonna plant 2 plants side by side in a 4 square pattern. Got to make sure we leave room for that Swiss chard to grow because it's going to be about 18 inches across. So we're just going to give it some space. 1, 2, just like that. Get our parsley out, and the nice thing about parsley is once it's rooted in the ground and it really takes off, it's a cut and come again plant, so the more you hack out of it to eat, the more it grows. So don't be shy to cut the crap out of your parsley to eat it. It has no problems growing back. So as I'm working my way down the line, my kids are following me with my watering can. So we'll give them about 12 inches, and then we'll just plant the other 2. when you're planting as much food as I do in a garden, you have to have a plan, right? I have a book that's all diagrammed out, showing me where everything's going to go. And before I even came here today, I knew what I was planting, where it was going to be planted, how much of what I was bringing to plant. Because if you just start kind of willy-nilly planting everything, you're going to end up with problems. So come with a plan. So we're getting the basil in. So we've got the Genovese basil planted, and then the Thai basil planted. Because this ground is dry. Next we are going to be planting some rosemary. I've never successfully grown rosemary plants. I tried last year, and the garden got so full of weeds that I think what happened is when we were weeding the garden, I think the little tiny rosemary plant got tore out because it was only like, where's my hand there? I'm looking over the camera there. The rosemary plant was only, 2 inches long. So at least this year they're a couple inches long. We'll see how they do. Kind of looking forward to having fresh rosemary. Got three more of those. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how I plant my cilantro. So you can see I made a little trench in the ground there, and there's one right here. That's just kind of to denote my planting spacing here. So here's my cilantro. I grew this myself. Probably the worst day to plant this with how bad the wind is. I apologize for the wind noise, guys. This is brutal. So when I plant my cilantro, I put it down so it's going to pretty much grow like a green carpet. And I'm going to have to wait for this wind to fizzle out here, or not. So we're just going to sprinkle these seeds down into here, and we're just going to kind of fluff them into the ground, and then I'm going to water them right away so they don't blow away. So there, we've got the cilantro seeds in the ground. I'm just gonna fluff them into the ground a little bit, and then I'm just gonna take some soil from over here. Them up like that. We're going to water the hell out of it. Going to let that soak in a little bit. You don't want to water it too hard, it'll wash your seeds away. And yeah, you can see some of the seeds exposed to the sun. So I'll come back shortly once that dries out a little bit, and I'll sprinkle a little more soil on the top, and then I'll water it down again, and then everything will just be covered. And that's how I grow cilantro. All right, now we're planting bunching onions. When you plant these, they like to grow in little clumps, right? So you want to put 5 or 10 seeds per hole, That's what they look like as they blow away. So I've just made a little finger divots. Placing them about 6 inches apart. Just gonna use the rest up here, fill in all these holes. Couple here, couple here, couple here, couple here. There, just like that. Then we're just gonna cover them over. Draw another line in the soil like that, and then we're going to water them. And I have some green onions already growing at home, so I'm going to leave a space beside this right over here to plant the green onions that are already germinated. All right, so second last thing we're doing today, we have 2 kinds of beets. So we're going to start with these, and I'm doing rows 6 inches apart. I don't know if you guys can even see that. There's one here, and one here. So if you've never seen beet seeds before, they're actually pretty cool looking. Look at those things. Okay? They don't even look like seeds. So we're gonna plant them 3 inches apart because I don't want to thin them. So we're just gonna plant them 3 inches apart. We're just going to work our way through like this. All right. So you guys get the point? All right. I'm going to keep on carrying on.